from the news that we gathered, says that 5 INEC staff will be testifying against INEC and rigging that they did for Tinubu in the last presidential election. And now the INEC is going back to try to pursue them. Some people were saying, oh, they are not a real INEC staff, they are just hard up staff, they are not a recruited INEC staff. So the question is that why going back to go and beg them? Because they are going to say what they know, just like some people are saying what they know in Anambra State and also in Zamfara. Mahmood is now on his knees begging 5 INEC officials ready to give evidence on how INEC chairman rigged election for APC and Tinubu. 3 doctors are currently attached to the INEC chairman to treat him of high blood pressure while Buhari is on his way to escape. Escape to where? To Niger Republic en route Saudi Arabia. Nigerians' victory is in sight. Okay. Please, so they should do the needful. We just want a stolen mandate to be returned. And some people say, no mandate is stolen. People should stop deceiving yourself. Tinubu don't enter, he don't enter. The best you can do is to cooperate with him. And more so, it has never happened in the history of Nigeria that a sitting president is being removed. Just like I always say that it's never happened with the governor, but at some point it started happening. So, and some will say, oh, in the whole wide world it has never happened, whether in Africa it has never happened, but we have 2 cases, at least in our own continent it has happened. But when some people who are mischievous want to sell out their propaganda, these are the things that they always talk about, and they always want everybody to believe to the submission that it is not possible to remove a sitting government. And the question people are asking, even in the clear evidence, so it will not, the person will not be removed, because they believe that those who are going to judge the case, they are under the so-called the presidency, the president or the executive. You might want to put them. Now, wow, on the way plenty people they talk about this thing is just getting out of hand. One thing is that I hope those who were all over saying this and that will be able to testify in court. I hope they will not go back, because that's another thing. Just like the way Labour Party, a lot of people knew. I, for one, I knew, because if really you want to go for protest, it shouldn't last more than 2 days. But even if it's within 2 days, even some hours to the protest or strike, before you know it, they will say, oh, they are meeting with this, they are meeting with that. Well, at the end of the day, we are even hearing different stories. And NLC is coming out to tell us that it was the court that stopped them, not that they didn't want to go on strike, not because of what they agreed. Because they said after meeting with Tinubu that they now agree that they are going to stop the strike or the protest or whichever way. But they are telling us a different story after many days, which I'm not even buying into that. Wow. Can you imagine? Well, I don't even have any reason to doubt, but when we have a news that actually liberates Nigeria, we're getting sick and tired. How are we sure that the so-called 5 INEC officials haven't been bribed with billions of naira by now? Like I said, before you know it again, they will begin to sing their love story. The corruption is just like an inbuilt right now, because you can imagine the new generations that are coming up. People will tell you, oh, you don't say things like this, you just have to be diplomatic about it. And that is why some regions, they love that. They will say, oh, you don't open your mouth and say things just the way they are, you just have to be corny about it. Corny about it. Wow. And it is this who's saying this, according to Austin Wabufo, yeah, is the one telling us this. Of course, everybody just putting ears down to know what is happening. Everybody is a suspect as far as this whole thing is concerned. I think these people they have finished their reggae. You guys are saying, oh, it might not be true, it might be true. What of the one that this were the same thing that people talked about Lamidia Papa and Arabambi? That these guys, initially when they started with, oh, I'm the chairman, I'm not the chairman. You know that we're not even hearing about them. Oh, I'm not the chairman. People say, no, these guys, they are trying to play a kind of script and at the end of the day would want to withdraw the petition against Tinubu. People say, can that be? The man will come out and tell us that he has been in a Labour Party for the past 25 years. He has been in the party, this and that. And you begin to wonder, how can somebody who has been in the party for 21 years will want to do such a thing? But at the end of the day, lo and behold, we can see how they play the whole thing out. After that incident, when Apapa went to court, when they dealt with him, he went the second time. We are not even hearing from them again. But it was Arabambi that was trying, who calls himself the spokesperson of the party. Now the court has really scattered them. He was the one trying to tell us that, he was not speaking as opposition in the same party. And you begin to wonder, these guys said, of course, it was glaring to the whole world that these guys are working for APC. So who would have believed? Because when people said when they started this their gbege, that I'm the chairman, I'm the substantial chairman, when people were saying that they are trying to withdraw the case, I say, people can talk some things, but at the end of the day, it happened. I always say it. They will tell you some talks are just beer parlor talk, but at the end of the day, it will come to pass. You say, hey, how did people know? There's nothing you are going to do in this life unless you are just keeping it to yourself. Even if you are keeping it to yourself, God can reveal it to somebody else. That is how dangerous it could be. Whatever you think you are keeping, not to talk of you are now forming alliance with some people. You are going about with some people, saying some things. This one will tell his close friend. That one will tell, before you know it, it's no longer a secret. That is it. It's no longer a secret. So guys, let's hear your opinion and have your take on this.